Hey guys, Coach Brian here. It is Sunday night. I hope everybody had a good weekend. Everybody recovered from the game. I got a few thoughts about it afterwards that I'll share with you guys. But overall, guys, was really impressed with how you guys played. I know it was a tough loss. Never easy to lose a close game, especially one that goes into overtime. And it's just the way it worked out. But you guys really have nothing to feel bad about, honestly. It was a really good game. If you think about, how far you came just from the first game, it's pretty remarkable how much better you did. But I'll talk about that in a minute. I want to go over this really quick video. So Brady's mother made this, and it's just like a quick highlight video. It covers pretty much only offense, but I think we can get some offense and defense lessons out of this either way. And so I'm going to just walk through this really quick, and then, like I said, I'll have some comments about the game afterwards. And we'll talk about it in practice tomorrow night at the beginning of practice for a minute, too. So let me just run this, and I'll just stop and make some comment. Here's our jump ball. Okay, so right away, right here, Brady makes a really, really great bounce pass. I told you guys, ask yourself again, what type of pass should you be making when there's a lot of bodies around? A bounce pass, right? And that's exactly what he does. Makes a good bounce pass. You can see it bouncing off the floor. Okay? And more importantly, you have Damian right here behind the defense. Okay? See, all right? And the reason why I want to bring this up from the standpoint, if we were playing defense, if it was the other way around, we were on defense, this is why you guys that are playing down low on defense, whoever that happens to be, you cannot get pulled up high here because it leaves people wide open underneath. And this actually was happening to us in the second half. I was telling you guys that we're playing down low. You got to stay back. You got to stay back. I mean, I was yelling it from the sideline. I was telling you when I pulled you out, you've got to stay back on defense. And this is why, because we can, people slip down behind the defense. But in this case, we're on offense, so this is absolutely perfect. Damian slipped right down there. Brady hit him with a nice bounce pass and an easy basket. Boom. I mean, it just doesn't get any better than that. Okay, all right. Now, here comes Brady and Austin down the court. What do you notice here? Okay, what do you notice? I notice that these two guys, Austin and Brady, are completely spread out from each other, which is great. See how far apart they are from each other? This is what you want to do. You want to spread out the defense. Okay, spread them out. Because it makes it, if Austin was right on top of Brady running alongside him, it's much easier for the defense to cover that because these guys are right next to each other. The fact that they're split out on either side of the court, the defense has to make a decision. And what are they going to do almost every time? They're going to go after the guy that has the ball. Okay, Brady's got the ball. That's where their focus was. Nobody is here with Austin. Okay. This kid finally comes into the picture, but it's way too late. The pass is already there, okay? And boom, he's in. Now it comes down again, this time just the opposite, okay? It's just the opposite. Now this time it's Austin on the other side, okay? And Brady is uncovered, okay? And once again, what's the defense doing? They're concentrating on the guy with the ball. This guy is over here. He's only worried about Austin. Here comes Brady, completely wide open. And, now Austin threw it over the top instead of bounce passing. In this case, that's not a bad pass because there's no one around him. As long as Brady makes it, I don't mind this over the head pass as long as there's no defense around. So this pass is okay. But the key thing is again, they're spread out, and the defense is focusing on the guy with the ball. And again, I'll flip it around the other way. If this was us on defense, this is why I tell you guys, you have to know where everybody is on the floor. You can't just watch the ball. You have to keep an eye on everybody that could hurt you.
I don't have an answer.
Okay?
Is there something else I can help with?
All right, and so this is really good. Okay? Makes a nice pass, super easy basket. By the time the defense gets back, it's too late. All right, so what do we got here? Okay, so here we've got really excellent ball movement. All right, what I want you to see, so Brady's starting with the ball. He passes down to Keegan. Keegan goes right back to him. Okay. And then we have Brandon taking the shot. Unfortunately, it missed, but it was a good shot, Brandon. Okay, so now we got this sequence right here. Okay, we got Austin with the ball. Austin, I'll tell you one thing. When you're dribbling, this ball is way too high. I do notice when you dribble, keep that dribble down near your waist. Okay, it shouldn't be coming up this high near your head. Easy to lose control of it and easier to steal it from you. So I do like the way you're keeping it away from the defense. You got the ball on your right hand and the defense is to your left, so that's great. But just try to keep that dribble low. Okay, so there's the pass. He gets it to Brady. Brady tries to penetrate. They cover the paint. He doesn't bite. Turns around. He's looking for somebody to pass it to. Damien's got a great idea, coming over, help him out. Okay, Austin gets there a little quicker, so he feeds it back to Austin. But that's the right thing, right? Come and help your teammates out when you know they're stuck. So you guys, that's really good. Austin gets the ball. Okay, back to Brady. Can't penetrate. Okay, they cover him down low. There's Keegan now. Okay, Keegan swings it to Silas. Silas to Austin. Okay, and then boom, takes the shot. One thing I'll say to you here, Austin, that shot is a little far away. Okay, he does end up hitting the rim here. Okay, but before I get to the next point, I just want to point something out on this shot. Okay, he kind of threw off of his back foot. If you watch after he comes down, he's kind of leaning backwards, so he's kind of leaning, throwing off his back foot. I always tell you guys, make sure you're square to the basket before you shoot, okay? And I'm not picking on Austin. This goes for all you guys. You're going to go and take the shot. I do like the form. It's not a bad shot. Again, it's a little far out. It's almost a three-pointer, all right? But make sure that you're squared to the basket. When I say square to the basket, what I mean, guys, is both of your feet should be facing right at the basket. And you can actually have your strong foot out, sticking out a little bit ahead of your other foot. But both feet should be pointing it, and don't shoot off your back foot, because chances are this is what's going to happen. Boom. It's going to hit the rim and you'll miss, or you'll airball it. So Austin did put a lot into that, and he did at least hit the rim. It was close. I'll give you that. So, okay. So now this is the next thing I want to point out. Okay, so the shot is missed. Who gets the rebound? Keegan gets it. Now, what should Keegan have done right there when he got that rebound? I'll give you a second to think about it. Gets the rebound, what do? You should put it right back up, right? Unless you got somebody in your face. Now, there is another guy there. There is a guy guarding him. You can't see him behind their big man here, but there is a guy guarding him. But still, I think Keegan is tall enough, and he caught it far enough away where what you do is you get the rebound. Don't pull the ball down like to your waist or to your hips, right? Pull it down, grab the rebound up high like near your head, and then just put it right back up. Don't pull it down, because what Keegan does is and again, I'm not picking on Keegan. This is all you guys do this, right? He pulls it down, and then what does he do? He dribbles away. There's the guy that was covering him. Now, this guy is pretty tall, but again, I think Keegan's tall enough, and if you had grabbed it up near your head and then just put it right back up, this kid was not going to do it. He's just standing there with his hands up. But Keegan dribbled away, and now you've basically thrown away a chance for a putback, because now you've dribbled away from you've dribbled right away from it, okay, from the basket. All right, what else we got here? Oh, a nice shot by Brady. Then we got another one here. And then there's one that's a miss right here, and I think that was it. Yeah, that was it. Okay, so those are the main highlights, guys. So you can see there's things that you can learn from watching this, just from both a defensive and offensive standpoint, both things that we can do better when we're on offense and what we should be doing on defense. Okay, so just take a look at this again, guys, and it is really good, and I thank Brady's mother for sharing this. My general thoughts on the game, guys. Okay, first of all, we allowed 31 points in our first two games to be scored against us. The first game was 31-8. This one was 31-29. Okay, I'm going to tell you guys, it's way too many points. You should be able to win these games at your age group in a rec league. 25, 28 points should be more than enough to win a game. All right, this came down to just, a battle of who scored the last basket. Unfortunately, it wasn't us, okay? But there's no reason why, guys, we should be allowing 31 points. I told you guys back at our team meeting at the rec center back way when we first met, that first night we all met, that defense is, to me, is more important than offense. And these first two games, especially this game, is the exact reason why I said that. Because if we had played better defense, we would not have had to have gotten down to that, to scoring, the scoring shootout at the end where, it was whoever had the ball last. It was back and forth, back and forth. Because we had, for a while, a 7, 8, 9-point lead, I think, at one point during the game. Now, I'm going to say a lot of the reason why we lost it is, honestly, and it's not your fault, you guys, is that everybody got tired. Again, we just don't have the players, and it just, unfortunately, it happens. And you guys got tired at the end, and they were a little fresher, and I think it just got away. Our shots weren't dropping late in the game. But from a defensive standpoint, I saw us getting really... even throughout the whole game, we were allowing too many points down low, and the defense could be tightened up. And so we're gonna tighten up our defense, guys, because I don't want to have to make it so we're relying on Brady or Austin or anybody else on the team for that matter having to score 30 plus points for us to win a game. I mean, if we do, great. But we shouldn't have to do that, guys. We play good shutdown defense, and we don't have to score 30 points. We could score 25, and easily win the game, okay? I don't want to have to rely on putting up a ton of points every game. I know everybody likes to score. People don't like hearing about defense, but hopefully you guys learn the importance of defense by this game. The fact that we allowed it to get away from us at the end because of our defense slipping is why you guys lost this game. It's not because you didn't play well. It's because we just need to tighten up the defense. Okay, and it is definitely more important. And the other thing is, not everybody on the team, quite frankly, is going to score the number of baskets like Brady and other people are going to score, okay? But every single one of you can be great shutdown defenders. There's nobody on this team that can't be a great defensive player. Okay, we just have to practice it a little bit. So we're going to do a couple of different things. We're going to mix up the zone a little bit. I got a couple ideas we'll talk about. Okay, but we've got to play better defense in our zone. When we played man-to-man, I think you guys actually did pretty well. They certainly didn't do any damage to us when we had to play that second quarter man-to-man. It's actually, I think, our zone that we need to get a little bit better at. All right, and then the other thing as far as our offense goes, we still have to work on getting more people open. Again, we can't rely on, Brady or Austin or anybody just constantly, getting under the basket. You guys have got to find ways to get underneath the basket and find holes in the offense, in the defense. We can't be having all of our guys when we're on offense be up here. This is not going to get you anything. And we've got to do more screen setting. We've got to learn to set screens, up here and get people to drop to the basket. Okay, set the screens up high, move to the basket. All right, we practiced it. I'm just going to tell you guys, we're going to keep practicing it until you guys start doing it during the game all the time without thinking about it. And I want to give a lot of credit to Brandon, especially. I know a few of you guys were trying to set screens, but I saw Brandon setting a lot of them. And every single one that I saw him set, it did free up the player. I saw whoever he set the screen for was able to cut and move to the basket, whether it's the guy that had the ball or whether it was screening for someone who didn't have the ball. And I want you guys to really, I know in your mind you're like, okay, I'm going to go set a screen for the guy with the ball so he can move. But it's just as important, guys, to set screens on someone who does not have the ball, okay? Set the screen on somebody who does not have the ball, especially if it's someone that's farther away from the ball, because then they will go and you set the screen for them, and then they can drop to the basket. So we're actually going to work on that in practice. We've got to get more of you guys involved in the offense underneath and getting more shots to get put back up. We don't want to have to rely on shooting outside. If we get a couple like that, great, but we don't want to rely on it. We want to make our money in terms of offense right in this area, right in here, not out here. We want to do it right inside the paint, inside the lane. And yet on defense, you want to keep them out of this area. Now, guys, I know they scored, I think, 3 3-pointers. And it's just crazy, That's unfortunately, guys, that happens. I know I tell you guys don't shoot 3-pointers, and you're like, well, coach, they shot 3 of them. They made them. You're right, they did. It's just luck, guys. I'm just telling you, it's luck. And I think a couple of the ones that went in were from like some little kid on their team. He was just bombing them for out here, and it was just his night, and they were going in for him. He probably will never repeat that the rest of the year, but he was just hitting them, and that's just the way it goes. But their big guy here, on the flip side, guys, I think you guys did a really good job containing him. He only had maybe 2 or 3 baskets. I mean, I don't recall him really getting a lot. They spread their offense around, but you guys did a really good job containing him. So I give you a lot of credit. He did score some baskets. You're not going to stop all of them, but he didn't kill us. He's not the reason why we lost. Okay, they did spread it around, but those 3 3-pointers they scored. I mean, that's 9 points, right? If they had only gotten 1 or 2 of those 3-pointers, and everything else stayed the same, we would have won. So it's just one of those things, you can't control it. But there's definitely things that we can do better. And again, we got to tighten up our zone defense. We got to get more people open on offense, especially screening and just spreading out the defense and, finding those holes in the defense and just getting more people involved and, getting offensive rebounds and putting them right back up again. We can do that kind of stuff, guys. You'll be on your way to, getting a win. I have no idea who we're playing this week. On Friday, we'll have to see. We can't worry about it. It's going to be who it's going to be, and we just have to go and play. So, all right. So I will see you guys. Hopefully, y'all get a chance to watch this. I'll probably text out your parents, let them know there's a video posted. So hopefully, you can watch it between tonight and before you come to practice tomorrow night. All right, guys. That's it. Have a good one. We'll see you at practice.